This is Founders Frequency on indigomusic.com in association with TiE Bangalore Chapter, in conversation with Mr. Neerav Shankar, who is the CEO and founder of Youstar Sports Development. Thank you for joining me and welcome, Neerav.
Thank you, Adarsh. Thank you so much. I'm really glad to be here.
All right, let's start with I just went briefly through your website and your LinkedIn profile. It said that you're a sports enthusiast, right?
Yeah.
Talk about your association with sports. What made you take up this entrepreneurial journey in the world of sports and sports tech? And what's your journey been like, around the world of sports? Why do you love sports so much?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good question. So basically, like most kids in India, I grew up watching cricket, playing cricket, and then, throughout, during my senior school, like class five onwards, I became a big football fan. And I've been watching football for a long time. And, I've been supporting Arsenal for like about 23 years, 24 years now. And it's something which my parents got me into, playing sports. And, I've been following it. I've been playing for school. I've been playing in, the regionals, nationals, district level, state level in India. And then I continued playing it into my college days in the UK as well, where I played for my college, university. But, that association of sports has not left me. I've been, even after working, while working, everything, I've been continuing playing sports all my life. And it's something which gives me passion. It gives me motivation. It gives me mental rest. And, that's the passion I have with sports. And also not just playing it, watching it, contributing it to any ways, it's something which I'm really passionate about. And the way India has been in sports, it's like, what people call sleeping giants. There's a lot of potential, but it's just untapped, and we haven't reached the top levels yet, which is what makes me so passionate about trying to make India reach those levels.
Right. So, what's your background like? Other than loving sports and playing a bit of sports, like you have studied probably like computer science engineering, that makes you.
No, so surprisingly, I haven't studied computer science engineering. I've done economics and management.
Right.
And post that, I worked as a consultant at BCG for over 2 years.
Right.
And, after that, I wanted to do something which is very special, something which I'm very passionate about, which is sports, which is why I wanted to get into this field.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about what Sports Development does. What I know already by going through your website is that you're building an AI tool that empowers athletes to get more data and analysis into games and how to achieve how to take your game to the next level. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, sure. So basically, there are three or four problems which, the Indian sports person or athlete faces, right? So first of all, some lot of people, at least at the grassroots level or developing level, they don't really understand how good they are, or, they just go play a game, get some sort of feedback, and that's it. Secondly, there's not enough good coaches across the country. And, in all parts, like right from the top level to the bottom, to like, the grassroots people who are just starting out. And another problem is like the selection and training process, trial process. Like you see, I'm sure it's same in cricket, football, and other places where, there are thousands of kids showing up for like 2 or 3 days. And, you get only like an hour to showcase your talent, and that's the selection for the team.
Right.
So, I'm trying to solve all these problems. And another thing is that cost of data analytics is very expensive, right? But, we at Ustar Sports want to try and improve the grassroots system by giving data analytics and this AI tool to the developing players to really understand how good they are. All we require is just a video and just some basic details about, like, who are the players playing, what jerseys, numbers they're wearing. And our AI models basically trained on thousands of hours of video on different actions like passes, dribbles, shots, tackles, etc. And it basically analyzes and processes the video and gives players and teams statistics on their performance. And we're doing this at at a discounted rate, at a very affordable rate, maybe 1/10 the competitors prices, just so that it's developing. So we're not looking to reach like the top 1%. We're targeting the 99% of players. So that's what we as Ustar Sports are doing.
Got it. So basically, right now you're into football and you're going to explore other sports in the near future.
Yeah, so currently we're starting off with football because that's something I'm very passionate about personally. But in the near future, we also want to get into sports like basketball, badminton, tennis, and then eventually cricket as well.
Right.
And before you ask me why not cricket, because I feel personally I'm a big fan of cricket. I watch cricket every time, but I feel like the other sports can also use a bit of investment, and there's money to be made in other sports as well.
Right. When you're talking, I just realized makes me think of the movie Moneyball, right?
Yeah.
We spoke about coaches and good coaches and bad coaches, and coaches at every level not being so great to give that player that insight or analytics that they need to improve their game. I think that movie also, made us think, okay, you can play better sports or be better at your sport, or make a stronger team in the case of that movie, if you actually go by data and numbers, more than your intuition, or what the coach thinks of you, or how you think you play, or the fans who are rooting for you and stuff like that. It just reminded me about that movie. So,
Sorry,
yeah,
just
sorry.
adding to that, it's like, it's like you give an exam. Like you think you do well. When you come out of an exam, you think you scored like 100 on 100. But then
Right,
when you actually get your report card, it might not be 100 on 100, right?
right.
And it's just trying to give informed feedback on by statistical numbers to show where players can improve. And coming to the coaches point, I don't think it's about good coaches or bad coaches. I just think that you cannot have the best of everything at every level. This just gives a more level playing field for us as a country at grassroots level compared to, like, the other countries in the world.
Let's talk about where you're at right now. I think you were initially organizing school level and college level tournaments and giving data based on that. I think that's how you started, but then you also said that that was not scaling too well. So now you've signed an MOU with one college based on the leagues that they play. You're giving analytics based on that. And also, you're currently bootstrapped, but would also like to expand where you're at as a company as of the moment.
Yeah, so basically, the way I started off personally was trying to make sure people play more regularly. That was like the first problem I wanted to solve, and provide them feedback and data on how they're playing. But realizing that the logistics of handling multiple schools, colleges just by myself or as a bootstrap company was a little tough, and that was not something which I thought would create the best impact or not scalable. So I decided to go for a tech product, developing a tech product. And like I said earlier, I don't have as big a tech background as as other people in the tech space. But what I decided to do was sign an MOU with a college which has an AI/ML department, JNNC in Shivamogga, where they basically helped me, where I basically give them an opportunity for an internship, and they're in turn helping me develop the product. These kids are really good, they're really smart, they're working really hard, and we're getting there closer and closer. So now we've developed our beta version, which we're going to be launching in the next couple of days and next week actually, where we're trying to target about 30 or 40 clubs or teams across India, where we're giving it to them for free. It's just for us to know how we can improve the product, what else we can do, and understand what changes we can make to make the product more accessible and better for the actual users.
Okay, so let's get to the user part of it. Who is the user for this? Is it like, at the team level, they subscribe to this and, give insights to each player of the team, what they need to do better? Or is it at even like the user level in terms of the athlete who subscribes to this? And what will be your costing initially and how to subscribe? So give me the information about all that a bit.
Yep. So that's a good question. So basically, if you look at it, there's not one specific user base for it. You can have schools and colleges, you can have teams, you can have clubs, you can have individual players, you can even have competitions. You can have someone like an association, or you can even have data analytics experts and selectors using it. And lastly, you can even have turfs, like in Bangalore and other metropolitan cities, you have multiple turfs where people book it out to play for like an hour and a half. Even they can use it. So it's there's not one specific user. And adding to that, the costing is very cheap. I'm basically looking at something less than 300 or 400 rupees per video. And so initially we're starting off with team statistics. So the whole team gets the team statistics, and eventually we're going to do individual player wise as well, and then develop other things like heat maps, like distribution maps, vector maps, etc. as well.
I think that was it. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Founders Frequency on indigomusic.com in association with TiE Bangalore Chapter. That was the CEO and founder of Youstar Sports Development, Neerav Shankar. All the best for your journey ahead.
Thank you so much, Adarsh. Thank you so much for this
All the
opportunity.
best.